Welcome to SRB TV. Come on now! Yeah!
We are here.
Hello everyone, welcome to our episode of SRB TV. I'm Christian.
I'm Christopher.
And on today's episode, we are taking a look at the finale. It's right now finale of Obi-Wan Kenobi, Season 1, Episode 6, Part 6.
Part 6.
Yeah, basically.
Last time, they were hunkering down, knowing that Empire were on their way. And knowing that Vader pretty much would be on his way as well. Find out a couple of surprises here and there, with Reva being one of the younglings pretty much that was able to escape from the Jedi Temple, and was pretty much working her way up the ranks just to pretty much so she could take out Vader, because she knew who Vader truly was. She was only a very small few amount of people who know who Vader really was.
Then this is where it gets funny.
Oh, this is where it gets funny.
So obviously Vader's like, yeah, I knew, whatever. And then out of nowhere, and I'm still alive.
Yeah, granting the
previous Grand Inquisitor,
pretty much that we supposedly thought she killed, is still alive, and somehow, again, she doesn't realize how powerful Vader is enough to point out and saying he already knew who she was. In a way, he was just kind of using her to get to as close as he could to Obi-Wan.
Yes,
that's what he was trying to do, pretty much. And now that he's done with her, he pretty much literally just.
But the worst thing, Obi-Wan and all the good people in space are dead in the water in space.
Yeah,
right
since
now.
their hyperdrive is down and they're still being chased down. And at the same time, Reva now has it looks like she may have a way to lure Vader or lure somebody to where she wants.
And now, if you're new to the channel, what we do on the finales is usually after we're done, we give our thoughts on the finale overall. Then we go into character breakdowns, if there are a lot or not a lot, whatever. And then we give our overalls of the story and favorite moments of the series. So stay tuned for that after his reaction.
So enough said, enough talking. Let's dive into this. For Obi-Wan Kenobi, Part 6. So here we go.
And he doesn't even know his kids are alive.
Firepower.
At once, Lord Vader.
Yeah, as of right now, remember, he doesn't find out till the actual trilogy when we find out that he finds out his kids are alive and much older at the time.
Motivator shot. Power couplings are bad.
Yeah, same.
I'm working on it, but those shields won't last forever. How much time do you need? More than we have.
I give you 1 hour. We need more. 2?
Think about it. It's like gives them something.
I don't think that.
Which I don't think. I don't think they have like a spare small ship.
Because the target's him. Vader doesn't give a shit about who else is on that ship.
Leia! I find she needs to be given space.
You must promise me that you'll get her home, Haja, as soon as I'm in the clear. You have my word.
Although I know the word of a liar and a fake Jedi may not mean much to you.
Oh god, dude, shit.
You don't have to remind him how much of a risk he's taking with your ass.
They're after me, not you. Me.
I think the Reva thing's gonna be like that every action film where he thinks peace is that one last asshole who's still alive.
Yeah.
What is it?
I know she's coming. Ben is gone.
Whose fault is that?
Whose fault is that? Yeah.
Thank you.
Hide somewhere.
Where? In the desert? I'm not leaving my home. At least here we have a chance.
We stay. We need help.
She'll come when the suns go down. Best we got position.
Love she give him fucking shade.
God damn, I love this ad.
I love she get him giving fucking shade for Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
Whose fault is that?
Whose fault is that?
To be fair,
He was there watching.
To be fair, it's not his fault. It's Leia's fault for getting kidnapped.
My doctor.
Like in a weird way.
To face him, Master. whether he dies or I do, this ends today.
I just really want to know how they get out of this one.
Yeah, it's not like Obi-Wan's like right around the corner.
Like, no, you're going up against another force fielder.
A wounded one.
A wounded one at much, but it's like, how do we...
I can't get where Vader's coming from in a way. I know it's a person, but I get where it's like, dude, we rule most of the galaxy. Do you mind if I have 5 minutes to try to kill my former master?
Yeah.
I will do what I must.
Oh,
I will do what I must.
Then you will die.
It's cool to see Vader in full action in live action, compared to see him like in full action on like in video game form or animated form. This is really cool. I don't know.
I feel like this is the episode where I feel like I agree with my friend Nick. This is a bit too much Reba. It's like kind of dumb Reba.
That's what he said. Is that compared to when we saw Darth Vader, you know, fighting with the lightsaber back in the day, this is like, that's what he said, we're seen as like younger self here.
Your strength has returned, but the weakness.
A few shots of Luke. Then that's what you're doing it for.
Where you going, bitch? I ain't hear no bell.
Yeah, exactly. I ain't no bell ring. Yeah, as I said, he's got a purpose now. The kids. Oh shit! Yeah, it's fully returned in him. 100%.
Oh,
Like
oh, damn.
Now he has a purpose. Oh, the mask.
The same way, I will destroy you.
Then my friend is truly dead.
My friend is truly dead.
Goodbye, Darth.
This time. Darth.
He
He senses Luke.
Oh my god, I was fucking kidding when I said he's gonna show up the last fucking minute. I was kidding!
Look at her eyes though.
Yeah.
It's like she's fighting it. Yeah, see?
There it is. There it is.
It's like, are you willing to go that low as far as he did? Look at
Full
that.
serve, no gun. Yeah. Look at that.
All right, let's go, young lady. We don't want to keep her.
Yeah.
Messed up.
Foreshadowing.
Is that a holster?
Is that a holster?
Well, if you ever need my help again, you know where to find me. Let's hope that day never comes.
It's one of the Halo prequels, man.
I know.
So much foreshadowing, it's not even funny.
Kind-hearted. These are qualities that came from your mother. But you're also passionate and fearless, forthright. And these are gifts from your father.
Sent there by Obi-Wan.
He kind of set her on her path, and then when he meets up with Luke, he sets him on his path. Years later.
He completes his. I think that's his
That was his due diligence.
That's his duty, was to make sure the future
Is set.
is set. Looks like Ron Howard's son. Sorry.
Okay, golly, really?
He does.
Hello there.
Ah, he said it! He said the thing! Roll credits!
Hello there.
Oh, I was kidding! I wasn't saying it. Roll credits.
Hello there.
Hello there. They had to have him say it at least once.
Once, yeah.
Master Qui-Gon.
Hi, Liam Neeson himself
Wow.
again.
Took you long enough.
Beginning to think you'll never come.
I was always here, Obi-Wan. You just...
So,
That was the Obi-Wan
finale.
Kenobi finale.
Yes.
I was gonna say Kenobi finale. But
Finoli, I don't know.
I can agree with my friend Nick in saying I feel like this was the episode where we got one episode too much Reva.
I think so. I think they if they would have just ended it with, with the last episode, that would have been great. That would have been, it's like the end of her journey. Pretty much, she did what she had to do. Now we have to finish off the rest of the other story. I love the fight scene with him and Darth Vader. The way they set that up was just awesome. Like I was saying before, what's really cool is that, like, compared to whenever we see awesome fights with Darth Vader, it was always in video game format or cartoon format or anything like that. Always animated. So that's why I like how you brought up just the choreography compared to back in the day. It's just amazing, especially just the fighting with Vader, because it's like it was just awesome of how it's like he was able to move so smoothly, pretty much even wearing this full suit. So it was just awesome to see that. What is it? And then
There's not much to say about this episode.
Yeah.
Like, there's like two main points: Obi-Wan fighting Vader, and then Reba's shit. Mm-hmm. Which, like I said, Reba's shit here, was just whatever. I like the Vader stuff. I like the stuff with Leia, with Luke, and eventually Qui-Gon showing up at the end. Like,
I do like how even pretty much even after their fight, he was still like wanting to go after Obi-Wan no matter what. And I love how even Palpatine's
like, dude, you gotta chill on this shit. Seriously,
it's like we have more important things we have to worry about. We're like taking over the galaxy type of situation thing, and it's like it's gonna cloud your judgment. That's why it's like he backed down, going fine. It's like fine. It's like all right, I'll do whatever it takes for the Empire.
There was moments I did really like the last time Leia technically sees Obi-Wan Kenobi alive.
And like I said, it's a great way to set up. It's like he did what he had to do with her to set it her path, and then it's like when he knows when that time comes, he'll have to do that with Luke. But Luke, it's like he just let Luke be a kid. Let him do what he has to do. Let him have fun being a kid growing up, because Anakin never had that, really, pretty much. He never grew up having
and that's where even Obi-Wan realizes he needs to grow up.
He needs to be a kid. He needs to have fun being a kid. And then when that time comes, it's like, then we should teach him. But for now, it's like he realized he had to step away. That's why, like he said, it's really cool. He said that classic line going, but hello, he's like, hello there.
Hello there. I'm like, that's it. He said the line. Roll credits. But
it was a good finale.
Yeah, it was a good finale. Like I said, just this was the episode where I felt like, okay, we got too much Reva.
Yeah.
This was the tipping point for me. I'm like, okay, that's a bit much. So do you want to go? I mean, there's not much in terms of character development. It's like Obi-Wan and Reva.
Let's dive into maybe a couple of the smaller characters. Like, I love Leia. I love how pretty much we have this scrappy little girl, pretty much, who's has that adventure in her. But now when she's set upon, in the actual real world of like this actual danger, it's like she's starting to realize the outcomes of what her father's doing, what he's trying to protect, what he's trying to fight with overall. Understanding that and stuff like that. Those moments where she's trying to run away from Obi-Wan and stuff like that, and Obi-Wan trying to help her understand what's really going on in this.
Yeah, it isn't really till like the second half where she starts realizing like the stuff with the Inquisitor.
We have to do more.
Yeah,
it's like we have to do more to help these people.
The rebels trying to get civilians out.
Exactly. And that's why I love about her character overall. It's like by the end of it, she realized. That's why I love how she's like, I have a purpose now. I know now what I want to do. You know, that's why I like how she even looked at her dad, just going, I know the type of leader I want to be. You know, it's just like, it's really cool. You know,
I didn't find her annoying.
No.
And times find her, I'm like, well, she's a kid.
Yeah.
I mean, she's a smart aleck, but to be fair, she's being raised to be a smart aleck. She has to be trained in this. The gain a degree in smart aleckness or something like that.
Yeah, it's like, and I love it because it kind of hints at how she doesn't realize it, but she is really tapping into, you know, that you know, the force side of her. You know, sensing who this person is or that person is, because there's different levels of type of Jedi, pretty much. You know, different types of Jedi there are. You know, and she's the one that's pretty much, it's more like a council, more of, you know, not a fighter, but, you know, more somebody who has to pretty much be that, you know, person to talk to treaties or negotiations, stuff like that, you know, type of things. And that's why I said, that's why I love it here, where it's like, there's moments where you could see, it's like she knows who this person is, or she knows, you know, who they are, and she uses it against them, which is really funny at moments, you know, but I love that. The little bits that we got with Hayden Christensen as, whether it's Anakin and stuff like that, we're good. You know, I enjoyed it. It's just like showing where he's at.
They overhyped him showing up in this a bit too much.
You know, but I think the penultimate episode, that one episode, was, like I said, it was that, I believe, yeah, it was pretty much that first time they finally met each other. You know, no, hang on. No, it was last episode. Remember, last episode we had that flashback.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had that, you know, it was like, that was, like you said, going out, all the ever scenes we ever got, this is the best.
It was a sampling of what happens when you get a competent director and a competent writer writing something for a good actor. Hayden Christensen is a good actor.
He's a phenomenal actor.
The problem is he was doing dog shit in the prequel trilogy.
That's why I say, it's like, you can get great actors for roles, but you have to make sure these, you know, they can, you know, you make that, build that script around them.
Remember early on where they were flashing back to the iconic fight for episode 3? Mm-hmm. How much of that was the actual dialogue from Hayden Christensen? Basically none of it. Except for maybe Obi-Wan saying, like, I have the high ground, some shit. Never heard a word for, because that's how bad his fucking dialogue was in that scene. So, like, getting a little bit of Hayden Christensen here in the finale fight, in the flashback, was nice because it showed he can play it well. It just really, for some actors, it really depends on who you have writing and directing for.
That's why I said that's why a lot of times, you know, when people ask, going, "What do you think of this casting or that casting?" It's like, sounds great. Let's just hope they can write it, you know, that write it well enough that it works around them, that works perfectly with them. You know, and in this case, they did him justice. They finally did Hayden Christensen's character, you know, Anakin, justice of, like, this is how Anakin should have been, like, in the prequels. Yeah. You know, and then we could dive into pretty much Reva. You know, Reva.
She was good.
She was good.
She was basically supposed to be our main villain, main antagonist throughout the entire show. Yeah. And I liked her progression through it. She's somebody who started from the bottom, was working her way to the top, though at the time we didn't know exactly why until, like, the penultimate episode. Yeah. Like, it was really great, really well done.
Yeah, because we were partially, you remember, we brought it up going, maybe she's trying to get the Vader to take him out or something. You know, we were partially right. You know, it's just that little twist where it's like, oh, she was one of the younglings and she just faked her death.
I feel, I don't know, part of me thinks that, like, if maybe that reveals the episode sooner, maybe I wouldn't have minded her showing up in the finale, you know? Like, but I think my biggest issue was that, like, was one episode too many for her. Like, if they would have ended her arc in episode 5, like, that would have been fine by me. Honestly,
to me, I would have.
Honestly, there was no fucking point to that situation with Owen and Luke on Tatooine with her. There was no point in that, like, really none. I feel like if you just ended episode 5 with her, you know, nice story arc. I think she realized ultimately Obi-Wan was right and she made the ultimate mistake. That's it. She died.
I would have rather seen a much longer fight between her and Vader, just a little bit longer, but more of her, like, I don't know. For me, I would have liked it where it's like showing more of her emotions of, like, you know, it's like you took them away from me. You know, you took my family away from me type of situation. You know, the ones, you know, I grew up with, or at least, you know, something where it's like more of that emotion and stuff like that, realizing, you know, by the end of it, it's like, you know, Obi-Wan, you know, like you said, Obi-Wan, you know, was right about, you know, a lot of this stuff. You know, seeing, now she understood why Obi-Wan pretty much kind of stayed hidden, stayed the way, you know, the way it was, stuff like that. I think they, if that fight was a little bit longer and a little bit more emotional for her, and then that was it, I would have been fine. Here, it was just more of just like, we still could have had this.
You could have easily taken all those parts out, have Luke come back, and Owen just go, you know, just kind of apologize because, like, you know, because he feels like he was being a bit much with him earlier and stuff like that.
And what I like is those, like, they kept their character kind of open in this, where it's like now they can use her anytime they want later down the road if they wanted to. If you think about it,
we'll see.
We'll have to see, because right now it's like, now she, like he said, like Obi-Wan said, it's like, you're free, you're good to go.
The only show I can. This is where I was thinking about this earlier. The only show I can think of she maybe shows up is Lando.
Maybe.
That prequel Lando series, but that's the only one I can honestly think of, because I don't think there's any more Star Wars prequel stuff coming out. A lot of stuff is right now is between original and prequel right now. The original and sequel right now. Bariba, a good character,
just
well performed. Just one episode too many of her.
Yeah, that's all it was. Now Obi-Wan himself, overall,
Ewan McGregor does best facial emotions I've ever seen on an actor.
Yeah,
like
especially with Obi-Wan in this overall, compared to the prequel that he's ever played him. This has been the best that we've ever seen him at its finest playing Obi-Wan. This was a great psychological type of like study of like what happens to a man when somebody he taught turns on him, and it's like, how do you live with that for all these years, all these many
only
years?
To find out. By the way, I still think it's hilarious. Everybody to tell him it's just Reba. Like, a character we're probably not going to see again is the one that tells him, oh, by the way, Anakin's Darth Vader. And stuff.
Yeah, you know, but either which way, it's like him living with that, you know, like even then, even before he found that, living with the fact that, you know, he had to kill his own. At the time, he had to kill his own student, his own protege, pretty much, and he had you know, that's what I love about it. Just that built of fear, that built of just fear of it overall. That's why I love it when he first confronts him. What does he do? I'm gonna run. You know, he starts running away because it's like he's scared. He's afraid to confront him. You know, that's why I love the build up to this finale, you know, episode where it's like he finally admits it. You know, he finally admits, going, I'm sorry for turning you into what you are. You know, that's why I love it. You know, where it's like he confronts him. He finally he had that acceptance.
Yeah, the story did well in telling how Obi-Wan went from somebody who just was doing his job to realizing there was more to his job than he was originally told.
Yeah,
and it under the weirdest circumstances, it did take Leia getting kidnapped for him to learn all of this, but it ultimately worked out for him in the end. And Qui-Gon finally showed up, and Ewan McGregor does great as Obi-Wan. It's hard to say he did, but he did great.
That's what I said though. Compared to the prequels and stuff like that we ever got with him, I think this is the best. It's because, like you said, not only the facial expression, just the emotion behind him. The emotion he has to bring, even more emotion behind the character for the role overall of a man that's like, how did he live with this the rest of his life, or at least until we saw him in A New Hope.
Yeah,
you know?
I think, I guess we can transition, because we were talking about Obi-Wan anyway, the show was about Obi-Wan, I guess we can transition to overall thoughts on the show. Because, I think overall, it told the story it needed to tell. Mm-hmm. I think my biggest issue is, for me personally, I'm not a big fan of prequels. It's like I was telling you in the finale, it forces so much foreshadowing. Mm-hmm. It's not even funny. It was good. I think it probably could have been better, but there's a lot of character. My biggest problem was there was a lot of new characters introduced, which we're probably not going to see again. like when he says, I'll see you again, over to O'Shea Jackson Jr.'s character, I'm like, we don't see him again. We don't see Leia's robot thing again. We certainly don't see Reva again, as far as right now is concerned. Like, there's like characters introduced only for him to just not be.
But what I like though is that they set it up to where there's potential in the future. At least to see maybe over the years going, it's like, oh, that's what. Wait, this character, this guy, or something like that. Like, what the hell? It's like I think they started to see where they're coming from in a way.
Maybe, but for me right now, as far as I see Venture's characters, I'm probably not gonna see again.
Yeah.
That's my only real big drawback. Like I said, Reba, one less episode with her could have made this a better show. Yeah, she became filler in the last episode, like real filler. It's
that's
walk off into the
that part.
sunrise.
Like I said, that part, like I said, it just felt like it was just a filler part. 'Cause they wanted to have Reva all the way through to the end, and it's like that last bit just felt like it was like a filler episode for her character, and that was it. And it was like, okay, she's free. That's it. Okay, that's it. Bye. That's it. It's like we don't even see where she went to afterwards, or any teases of where she went to afterwards. Like, nope, that's it. That was the last spot. That's it.
Yeah, but like I said, overall, I think it was good.
Mm-hmm.
Was it great? No, I think for me, of the Star Wars side shows I've watched, I think Mando season 1 is still my favorite.
But for I'm trying to think how to say the right words though, because you have to understand. It's like, to me, I thought it was great just because, again, we're diving into a man's psychology of what he has to go through with this. Because it's like losing his best friend or his student that he's been close with through all these Clone Wars that you've ever watched, stuff like that, and things like that. Someone he's always watched over, like his own son and stuff like that, and then see him turn and stuff like that. And it's like living with that, trying to live with the guilt, or at least all this thing. It's like, what did I do? Where did I go wrong? And that's why I loved the series. Yeah, it's like I said, it sucks. It is foreshadowing a lot, but it sets up for more potential for anything else, for future possibilities with other characters if they wanted to later down the road. They left it open, which I don't mind, because it's like they can still use certain other characters later down the road over like where they went to, where they've been this whole time. But that's what I said. For me, overall, I enjoyed it. I thought it was. I'm not saying it was great, fantastic, but I thought it was good. It was good overall. I enjoyed it. I just loved every moment of it. Just seeing this man just trying to come to terms of like what happened to Anakin overall, to something so close to him.
I'll give it this. I enjoyed it more than Book of Boba Fett, mainly due to the fact at least every episode was about Obi-Wan Kenobi in some way, shape, or form.
And that's
whereas Boba Fett slowly became Mando's season 2.5. Like, I'll give it that much. I did like it more than Book of Boba Fett. I feel like I sound like I'm harping on it. I still thought it was good. I really thought it was good. I like the cast. I like Hayden Christensen coming back to kind of redeem his performance from the prequel trilogy. Yeah. I wish there was more of Hayden Christensen in this. What we got was substantial enough. I don't know, it was good. I mean, I don't hate it. I don't think it's the worst thing ever. I think it's good. I think it was a bit overhyped. If that's my main side, I think it was a bit overhyped. Like, it really was. I mean,
then what it is though is that people had been asking for this show. People would have been asking, when are we going to get Obi-Wan?
Wasn't this originally supposed to be like a movie?
It started off originally as a movie, but then that's where they had the idea. Filoni had the idea of like, let's turn this into a series.
I could easily see this being turned into a movie and it like cutting down a lot of like what I hated about it. But like, I'm still happy to get a series version of it. Plenty of Ewan McGregor to go around. Good stuff. Did you have like any specific favorite moments, episodes, or?
Yeah, I don't know. Well, first, I don't know where I would see this show if they want to do another season, because this is all 10 years prior to A New Hope.
Oh, I wasn't talking about another season, because it feels like this. I mean, if it happens, I wouldn't be surprised, but if it doesn't, I also wouldn't be surprised.
Like I said, I honestly don't know where they would go with another season, because it's like we now see him. Now he's got to live out the rest of these years in these mountains, stuff like that. But I don't know, because like I said, you can't go with Darth Maul, because we kind of already saw where that ended pretty much in I believe it was in Rebels. Yeah, in Rebels, pretty much, where it's like by the time Darth Maul got to Obi-Wan was already old man Ben already. He had the gray hairs and everything, and they finally kind of faced off against each other, showing how long it had been since they've seen each other. You know, but like I said, it's like if there is another one, I honestly don't know where they would go. I mean, it'd be interesting to see where it would go, where they would take it possibly, but I honestly don't know. But my favorite moment, I have to admit, I don't know. Like I said, it's like what I said before. It's like we always seen certain things in video games or animated stuff, and that is just for my favorite moment. It's just that scene where Darth Vader just literally is just holding down this ship.
Yeah, it is.
That was the moment where I was like, this is the first time ever live action that we've really truly see Darth Vader at his strongest in a live action formats. Because at the time it was always video game format or animated format, like, oh, we're seeing his true power, stuff like that. But live action, just to see it on the screen here, just like this in that live moment, you're just like, you're seeing his power, just how strong he is overall. You're just like, damn, you know, like that was honestly my holy shit moment of the season. Just that wow moment of the season for me myself, you know, and I loved it.
Oh, yeah, I think the Vader Obi-Wan fight was probably my favorite moment. It was really
in the finale.
In the finale, it was really
I would have to say it would be my follow up pretty much because it's the way the way they choreographed that fight was amazing. I loved it. Yeah. But like I said, that's a couple of my favorite moments at least.
Yep. So other than that, folks, if you're new to the channel, you can hit the like button. If you want to talk to us more about stuff like this, comment down below. If you want to share us around, share it around. And if you like us just a little bit more than anybody else when it comes to talking about some Star Wars stuff, hit the subscribe button down below and hit that bell icon as well.
Let us know what you guys thought of this season overall. Did you guys enjoy it? You know, do you think it was way overhyped overall, or do you think it was hyped enough, just enough, in your own opinion? Again, we're not diehard, super huge Star Wars fans. We know enough just to get by at this point when it comes to Star Wars. But again, if you're like us, again, would you guys agree with us, or you guys think you guys actually really enjoyed the show? You had fun with it. You thought it was great. You know, it was phenomenal and stuff like that. Do you think it was a little bit too much Reva? Do you agree with that? Where it felt like that last episode felt like more of a filler, or do you think that was just, in your own opinion, that was enough Reva overall? Are you hoping for another season of it, or you think this is it, that's it, no more Obi-Wan? This is a great way to kind of see where he went off. Do you guys have any favorite moments, any pretty much funny moments, or even favorite moments that stood out to you that was just like, that was a badass moment? I mean, let us know in the comments down below. Put down what you thought of our reaction, not only to the season finale, but also to pretty much the series overall. Thank you for watching. Most importantly, thank you again.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So, of course, you can check out all of our reactions to Obi-Wan Kenobi right here on the channel. As for the next Star Wars related thing, you're going to have to wait a little bit. But a little bit's putting it mildly, but we will be eventually getting to Mandalorian Season 3?
Yes, 3.
God damn, wait, 3. Mandalorian Season 3 we'll be eventually getting to. As for what's coming out next, we have to still talk about that. We do know what the next few are going to be. It's just a catch is what order we're going to be doing them in.
How we're going to be doing it.
How we're going to do it. But stay tuned. We are going to be tackling... I'll give you this hint. We're going to be tackling shows we should have been tackling last summer. That's the best I can give you right now. We still got to talk about... Me and him still got to talk about what we're going to next one be. But please stay tuned for that. And please stay tuned to the channel. But until next time, though, I'm Kristen.
I'm Christopher.
And this has been a very hello there filled episode of SRB TV.
See ya.
Later.
Hey guys, thanks for watching.
If you want to check out any of our previous reactions,
As well as one of our other SRB shows.
check out one of the playlists down below.
And if you want to check us out in the social universe,
You can find us on Twitter and Stardust,
at Super React Bros.
as well as on Facebook.
At Super Reaction Bros.